Today we're going to learn some of Jesus' most important teachings. Jesus had been spending a lot of time healing people. In addition to their physical hurts and pains, Jesus saw people who had broken hearts and unsteady hope. After healing so many people, Jesus decided to care for them in another way. So he led the people who had been following him up to a mountain. Mountains had special meaning in Jesus' time. People believed mountains were holy places to connect with God, maybe because they reached so high up in the sky. So go ahead with me, reach your hands up into the sky, because mountains are really, really big, right? There are lots of stories in the Bible about people having a meaningful connection with God on a mountain. Can you think of any? Jesus knew mountains reminded people of God's presence with them. So he chose the mountain as a good place to give a very important sermon. A sermon is a talk meant to teach and help people grow in their relationship with God. People were so committed to Jesus, they climbed up those big, big, big mountains to listen to him.
There are many ways to move up a mountain. Some people hike. Right, just normal hiking, moving those arms and those legs, pumping those arms and those legs, getting the blood flowing. And some people use ropes. They'll put ropes up the sides of mountains. They'll put harnesses around their waists, and they'll use all sorts of clips and ropes to climb up the side of a mountain. Some people use a hiking wheelchair. So can you pretend to push the wheels of a wheelchair and what that might feel like? Or some people might climb. So they reach up there, they reach really high. Can you reach really high and reach up to that mountain? And, you know, let's go ahead and pretend. Let's go ahead and pretend to climb this mountain together. Pick whichever way you want to go up the mountain. For me, I'm going to do probably a little bit of hiking, maybe a little bit of, using some ropes to climb up the side of a mountain. But let's get going. Are you ready? All right, let's go. We're gonna count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's so many rocks up here. I have to get over these rocks. I'm lifting my legs really high. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I think I made it up. We made it up the mountain, everybody. We made it up the mountain. I need a little bit of water. Oh, that really did the trick. That really did the trick. Now, you know what? Now that we're up this mountain, I'm gonna settle in here. Maybe you can have a seat on the ground. I'm gonna have a seat on this chair. And I'm even gonna wrap this blanket around me. And I'm gonna cozy on up. Look, I even have this awesome mountain blanket. Oh, this is so comfy. Oh, because this is pretty cool up on this mountain. I need that blanket. So let's find a seat and settle our bodies from after that big climb. Now that I'm all nice and comfy and cozy, let's talk about the reason we're here up on this mountain. In this Sermon on the Mountain, one of Jesus's first recorded sermons, Jesus lists 9 ways people are blessed. To be blessed meant to be happy or satisfied, and people often thought being happy or content was a result of their situation or how life was going for them. But as we know, Jesus likes to turn what we think we know right upside down on its head and show us a new way. So let's read Jesus' teaching together.
These are the words from the Holy Bible that Jesus said. When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up from the mountain, and after that he sat down, and his disciples came to him. Then he began to speak, and he taught them, saying,
Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted.
Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled.
Blessed are the merciful, for they will receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Blessed are you when people revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account.
Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. The people listening to Jesus were astonished. Some were confused, some were surprised, some were even relieved. People who were mourning were very sad, and they were blessed, happy to the fullest. Then meek, gentle people receive power over the earth. This is the opposite of what their culture said. Their culture told them power and possessions were what made a person happy or blessed, somewhat like it is today sometimes. Did you notice how each beatitude seemed to include two parts? First, Jesus makes a statement. Then he gives a promise. For example, Jesus makes the statement, "Blessed are the poor in spirit." Then Jesus gives the promise, "For theirs is the kingdom of heaven." In each of these verses, Jesus names a group of people we wouldn't usually think of as happy or content, and then he offers a promise for healing and hope right now, not just in the future. The way Jesus promises these blessings is his way of bringing God's kingdom to us here and now. Before we transition to our next activity, I'd like to bless you. A blessing is something you receive. So open your hands like you are ready to receive a gift, and I will speak a blessing. If you receive it, take the blessing and put it in your heart. You are blessed because you follow the way of Jesus and the way of the mountain, all the way up the mountain. When we follow Jesus, we are blessed with good wisdom.
And now I invite you to go ahead and get out your coloring sheet if you haven't already. I'm going to ask a few questions that are on your coloring sheet, but you can color as I'm asking them, maybe ponder these questions, but they're also going to be on Flipgrid if you want to share your answers with your friends who are in your Sunday school classes and who are also at home watching these videos. So, first question. What surprised you about Jesus' sermon? What made your eyes go, what? What is happening? What surprised you about Jesus' sermon? And also, what do you think it means to be blessed? Jesus said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." Right? And he says a lot of things similar and along those lines. What do you think it means to be blessed then? We talked about blessed earlier as meaning being happy or satisfied, but there's more to it than that, isn't there? There's more to it in being blessed. So let's ponder that for a few. What does it mean to be blessed? And how do you think people hearing Jesus' sermon might have felt? Hearing these words that Jesus is saying that don't always make a lot of sense. How do you think they might be feeling? And finally, maybe this is a good one for answering on Flipgrid, but what is a modern beatitude idea that you have? A modern beatitude, a beatitude that you might say today or you might hear today or that you've seen today in the world. And remember, a beatitude is what Jesus says in the Sermon on the Mount. The things like, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." So what's a modern beatitude? That's an interesting thought, isn't it? I'm going to leave you with that question.
Climbing can be exhausting. If you climb a mountain, what challenges might you face? And on the other hand, what blessings might you experience? Here are some climbing challenges. What unexpected blessings might you expect from those challenges? Discuss, draw, or role play what unexpected blessings you might encounter with each challenge. You start the hike at 5 a.m. before the sun comes up and you're really sleepy.
I've been hiking since 5 a.m. I am so tired right now. I just wanna stay. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay here for a few minutes. I'm gonna take a breather. And I might fall asleep. Oh my goodness, did you see that animal walk by? Did you see that happen?
You've been hiking for an hour and your legs are starting to get sore. You don't have any music or TV shows to listen to, so you feel like there's nothing to listen. Your friend does not hike as quickly as you do. Light rain showers begin.
The food we eat is grown by plants, a lot of it. And this is a cantaloupe growing along with some other weeds in my garden, but it's almost ready to eat and it is liking the rain today. Let's see what else I can find. So I've also found some flowers that are just beautiful right now, and we'll get a little closer. And God made flowers that need rain as well. And to keep their pretty blossoms and their pretty color, having a bit of rain is very important. So it's important for our food, our animals, us. And I'm just thankful that I can remember that God blesses us with the rain, even though sometimes I start feeling a little fussy because it makes more work for me. But really, in the long run, it's about keeping everything healthy.
God of hope, thank you for encouraging our hearts and strengthening our spirits with your promises. Please help us live your way as merciful, pure in heart peacemakers who bring your kingdom to earth here and now. Show us who needs your hope today and lead us to share it. Amen.
I've loved spending this time with you. I look forward to seeing all of you again. Take care. Remember your blessings. God bless you.